And this morning, the stable boss, his father, Futagoyama Oyakata, announced Takanohana's retirement. So after almost 23 years in the sumo ring from when he first came in as a young man, it's now finally come to the end of a long road. So he said that there's a lot of weight been lifted off him. Now that he's made up his mind, he feels good about it. And, well, sumo rolls on. Champions come and go, and that's the nature of it. There's always a slow movement in of new ones, and the old ones go out. So at the start of day 9, we have Asashoryu in the lead with 8 straight wins. Behind him, Dejima, 7 wins and 1 loss. And behind those two, there are 4 with 6 wins and 2 losses. Wakanosato, Kotoryu, Takamisakari, and Takanotsuru. Well, it's a slightly sad day, as we realize we'll no longer see the great Yokozuna in the ring. It can truly be said he was, or is, one of the great Yokozuna. Taiho was the one who won the most tournaments, 32 tournaments. After him was Chiyonafuji with 31 tournaments. And then after that, it was Takanohana with 22. Well, let's go on to the first of our bouts on day 9. It's Otsukasa against Takanotsuru. They've never fought before. Takanotsuru, much the bigger of the two, using his height there quite successfully, keeps Otsukasa on the run and drives him over the edge. 7th win for Takanotsuru. His name means something like flourishing crane. That's the flying type, the bird. Korean Kasugao against Kasuganishiki. 2 very similar names. Kasuganishiki comes from the Kasugano stable. Kasugao comes from the Kasugayama stable. Kasuga itself means spring day. Nice head-banging start there. Both wrestlers meet virtually in the middle. Then from the Atari, the slam onto the belt. But it's Kasugao who's driving hard. There's an inside leg hook, and it comes off. Kasuganishiki had the initiative there, but it's Kasugao who hooks the leg on the inside, does the uchigake move. Very similar to the judo move, it has to be said, although of course they're holding on the belt when they do it. So that was 6th win for Korean Kasugao. And 5th loss for Kasuganishiki. Tamarikido versus Gojoro. Gojoro with a lavender. Mawashi jumps up there as Tamarikido comes out and just pops him down with his arms. Very athletic move there by Gojoro. He's 157 kilos of him leaping up in the air. And that was a hatakikomi win, a slap down. Tochinonada, previous basho, he had 6 wins. Kotoryu on the right had 7 wins. Both around the Maegashira 10 mark. Not so far from the bottom of the Maegashira ranks. And there was a full start. You see, they're meant to put a hand down, pause, put the other hand down, pause. The other wrestlers meant to do the same, then they're both meant to start themselves. But it very rarely happens like that. As you can see, one hand goes down reasonably slowly, one hand gets popped down. Well, Kotoryu went flying off into the audience, there into the Tamarizeki. So Tochinonada now taking his 5th win. 4 losses, so not too good for the Maegashira. Tamanoshima against Jumonji. These two have fought 5 times. Previously, Tamanoshima's won 4 of those. Jumonji looking for that inside grip, the sashi, but he can't really get in there, and it's Tamanoshima who executes an almost perfect and classical yorikiri. Pushes him to the edge, spreads his knees wide and drops his weight down just to make sure he himself doesn't go out, as Jumonji went out. Kinoshima, 35 years old. Said he finally understood tachi-ai in 1999, which was some 11 years after he first came into the Makuuchi division. So, typically Japanese, I see a lot of significance in what might otherwise be a fairly normal thing. Well, the tachi-ai is difficult, no doubt about it. But it's Shimotori there who wins that one, manages to get around behind and pushes Akinoshima down. Now we have one of the awkward squad, Takamisakari against Wakanoyama. Wakanoyama looks heavy, but he's about 159 kilos, not too heavy. Comes out hard and fast, cracks into Takamisakari. Takamisakari takes it back to him and then just shoves him straight out. So very neatly done. Takamisakari only 135 kilos, some 24 kilos lighter than Wakanoyama. And that was a yorikiri win. Well, all the movements there, very precise and slightly exaggerated. It's like most of his movements. So as he comes out, he hands to the yobidashi there, his envelope. Well, that's a portrait of Takanohana, which was put up when he won his last basho here at the Kokugikan. That's his, what is known as akeni, that's his traveling box. It's got his name on it, Takanohana. He's talking about bashos, memorable bashos that he'd been in, or particular bouts. So he's talking a little bit now to the press corps. Life's suddenly going to get a lot easier for him. So now we have Dejima against Toki. These two have fought 12 times. Dejima's won 9 of them. Dejima's got 7 wins. If he wins this one, that'll be Kachikoshi. Comes out, bangs with his head, pushes in, nice low driving push up against the superior weight of Toki. And Toki gets shoved over the edge. Well, that was the 9th straight loss for Toki. He's having a terrible basho. Not much obviously wrong with him, just is not working for him this time. Well, Dejima's staying up with Asa Shoryu. Possibility of going through to the end, maybe a playoff, maybe not. Kyokutenho coming out for his 400th bout in pro sumo. Was, I should say he's coming out for his 400th bout, which he might win. He's won 399 of them so far. Well, he's trying hard, lots of tsupari, drives back, almost crumbles there, but it's Hokutoriki's leg that goes over the edge and he skids down. There you can see him looking at the surface of the dohyo as if to say, well, that's not right. So Kyokutenho gets his 6th win in this basho and his 400th career win. That's to say when he started since 1992. These two have fought 14 times. Tosanoumi on the left there's won 9 of them. Well, there's a little bit of novel technique there. Kyokushuzan tried the kick to the lower shin of Tosanoumi. Got a nice blocking move, and look at that now. That was more like old-style Kyokushuzan. Very lively bout. Tried an ankle block as Tosanoumi come out. Then he just locked on and spun him over with that overarm throw. Very beautifully done. 4th loss for Tosanoumi and 4th win for Kyokushuzan. Now Nami, the Futogoyama stable. Well, one wonders whether some of these older wrestlers might follow Takanohana into retirement. Takanonami slid back down the rankings not so long ago. He's made a bit of a comeback. But Wakanosato powering in there. Takanonami tried his typical trademark technique. That Kimi hold round the arm, the standing arm lock, but Wakanosato just ignored it and shoved him over the edge with yorikiri. Now this ring is 15 foot across. Not very big. If you stand in the middle, there's only 7.5 feet behind you. 2 or 3 steps and you're right on the edge. Hasn't changed in size for quite a long time, despite the fact the wrestlers themselves have got a lot bigger. So Kotomitsuki on the right there, well back from the line, here fighting the man who beat Takanohana yesterday. He'll go down in the history books. So an even start there. Kotomitsuki, though, being pushed back, but it's Aminishiki got a little bit too eager. Head was a bit low, and that was enough for Kotomitsuki just to push him down from the back of the head. Kotomitsuki takes his 6th win. Aminishiki his 7th loss. Right, Asashoryu going through his exercises. Got quite a distinctive walk there. You can see the very heavy thighs that these sumo wrestlers have. They do a lot of leg work. Leg stamps, and there's the shiko. Takanowaka 4 wins so far, not as good as his previous basho. These the new Sekiwaki. Before he had 11 wins. This time he's only got 4 wins, and we're past the halfway stage. Here against Wakayama, who's looking stronger and stronger as he fights in this Makuuchi division. Both wrestlers have got one hand each on the belt, fighting for the other one and leaning into each other. Wakayama tries his bigger bulk, shoves his stomach in on Kotonowaka. Kotonowaka powers forward, gets his leg behind, tries a kirikaishi move, but Wakayama leans away from it and uses that move to shove him out the ring face forward. So Takanowaka notching up his 5th win, and that was 4th loss for Wakayama. Well, this is, we know he's retired. He would have fought against Kotonowaka. So officially, he loses to Kotonowaka, although we know it was Aminishiki who he actually lost to. Kotonowaka gets an easy win there, and Takanohana drops out officially with Fusen Show, or no show. It's his father, fairly emotionless as he sits in as a judge. It all seems slightly muted now that the Grand Champion's gone. Of course, Musashi Maru's still there, although one wonders whether Musashi Maru might not take the opportunity to retire as well. Musayama comes out hard and fast with his characteristic grunt of effort as he comes forward. Takanotsuru hanging on there, gets that dashinagi grip, which is to say he grabs the belt from the front, then twists round to the side and uses it to push rather than pull his opponent off their feet. So that was the underarm dashinagi, the shitase dashinagi grip of Takitsuumi's. Shoved Musayama out. So Musayama having a very poor basho. Only 3 wins so far. Now with the Yokozuna out, it's Asashoryu against Kaiho. Well, Kaiho's skillful little wrestler, as I've said many a time. Asashoryu rough, tough, extremely powerful, not scared of anybody. But Kaiho very good at sidestepping. The wrestler when he comes out from the initial charge. So let's see, Asashoryu with 8 straight wins, Kaiho with only 4 wins. Not a tremendous amount of weight difference between the two. Asashoryu at 137 kilos, Kaio at 122. Kaio comes out, they meet in the middle. Kaio tries that inside leg trip, and it works. So Asashoryu goes down to his first defeat. Looks a bit surprised there, it was touch and go, but it looked to me like Kaio had it. So down goes Asashoryu. Let's watch that one again. There's the leg trip. And down he goes. Well, that was neatly done. 5th win for Kaio. And it does show you that the Mongolian can be beaten. Well, he's not very gracious in defeat or victory, this man, not very Japanese. 1 or 2 critics of his manner in and out the ring. So there we are at the end of day 9. We have Asashoryu tying for the lead with Dejima. Each has got 8 wins and 1 loss. And behind him, or them I should say, Takamisakari, Takanotsuru and Wakanosato with 7 wins and 2 losses. Well, thank you for joining us. We'll be back very soon with days 10, 11 and 12 of this Hatsu Basho. This is Syd Hoare from Tokyo. Bye for now and sayonara.